This is my classroom, and in this classroom we found this guy, Dr. Natasha. He didn't really get a chance to say anything because there's so much going on here, but the reason he's connected to this building is because it was an Orange Lodge. So the Mohawk Orange Lodge number 99 was founded in like the 40s or something like that. They traveled to Ireland, and then they actually brought these back. So these are some more objects that we use because these came from the original Orange Lodge that was established in Ireland. So these are from there. So I did reach out to that Orange Lodge to say, hey, we have your stuff, and see if we can actually figure out who they belong to because we have initials on it. So LOL 240 was the original Orange Lodge. So those are some things that will probably draw some stuff. Things got like weird in here after we found them because they were actually locked up in a wall. Oh, wow. So there was these drums. There was an old guidebook to like their whatever they did, and there was also an old whiskey bottle from 1960 something.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So everybody kind of like took stuff, and then I saw these.
Like for the boys.
Yeah. So when I saw these, and I'm like, I gotta take these.
Yeah, that's really awesome. That's kind of fun. So
Dr. Tyendinaga, he was a Grand Master of this, the Orange Lodge, not this one in particular, but he was. He was also forester, he was also, what else was he? He was a Freemason? Yeah. But whatever kind of fraternity there was, he was probably a part of it.
Right.
There isn't really anything found about him that he was doing anything wrong or anything bad.
Mm-hmm.
He did establish the orphanage in the bay on the island. So that was only open for about a year. And there were non-Indigenous kids that would go over there and spend the summer there as well.
Wasn't it for orphans of the forester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really like a residential school or anything like that specifically to put Indians away. It was more like a place where people could go, and if there was orphans, then they would go there.
Yeah.
So
it's more like a group home.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So if people were going to be sent to a residential school, then it would more than likely be the Mohawk Institute or one of those other ones, because we didn't have those here. So speaking of Mohawk Institute and other schools, Captain John DeToronto is another one that we're looking for, and he hangs out at the community center over here a lot.
Okay.
He's very big.
Yeah.
He has a very intimidating stature, but he's very, very soft.
Okay.
In life, he was one of those ones that would take our people down and raid villages so that they could actually rescue people. Yeah, so he was one of the ones that, while Joseph Brant was getting all this glory and all this and that, Captain John was doing the work.
Yeah.
And he was bringing in loyalists, and he was making sure that the equity was established. He was making sure that we didn't move from here because it was a strategic point, right? So
far away from the Americans.
Yeah, it was far away, but close enough.
Yeah.
Because he actually predicted just before he passed away that the Americans would try to attack. And he said they were insatiable for land, and they were like snakes for it. So, and then
I saw a snake on the road on the way here, and was like, wonder what about that?
Yeah. So he passed away in 1811, and then 2 years later, the War of 1812 broke out. So he's actually a relative of us. And that kind of thing is passed down. So just the relationship is kind of going to draw in some of that energy. Knowing his story.
To lodges,
yeah.
Like just friends, family, and stuff. That's been an energy that permeates my Masonic energy. So I was, when that's the one thing that was obvious about the Orange Lodge, that there would be some sort of Masonic tie to it. And I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait for this one. Like, I'll be there. Because I feel like that archetype of these, like if I'm going to like through tarot and literature and we're talking archetypes, like the old man, archetype, dirty old man and stuff, heavy presence in a lot of those groups. Naturally, brotherhoods, fraternities, it's going to cultivate a lot of that energy when it's heavily masculine, right? Heavily active, which is a masculine trait, if we're talking, again, literary terms. Yeah, and I've been feeling this, like, pull, like, there was a really dark entity, but it wasn't dark as in energy sucking or bad or anything like that, just a warmth of darkness. And it was almost like a tall man of Bigfoot, like feeling of him walking this way toward, I think it's this way, anyways, from the field toward this building. And it was like this husky, burly guy, but it didn't give me the curvy old man vibe. It gave me this like really like strong, valiant kind of energy. And the person we were just referring to, I'm just like, oh, maybe that is a connection that already that I've kind of felt, because it didn't feel scary. It was very like a protective, like darkness. Oh, the oak figure, maybe that's more of the connection. It's not the connection to the decrepit old person I saw. It's a connection to a protective entity that guides people with the light of night. It's really interesting. So it all came up from it'll come up more.
It all eventually starts coming up more. Like, when we tell their stories, they start to become more active. It's like they're like, oh my God, you actually know about me. You actually care. You know what I mean? So
you remember.
After we started telling his story a little bit more and actually telling people what he's done and what he accomplished, then it's started to feel different, literally, in this room. And students will come in here and stay in here because it's different in this room. You know, so it's like that protector, it's like that safety. But yeah, so now it's almost like it's time for it to say something. Like we're getting to that point. It's probably not going to be here. It's likely going to be either him or whoever that old man is.
Yeah, I'm so interested.
But when we first investigated here, they were pissed. They were pissed because they knew we were coming in to find out secrets.
Right.
And they knew they were going to be people.
The quote that I had, oh my gosh, I forgot to write it down. It was Secrets of the Hidden Gem. That was like the words that came out. And I don't know what the hidden gem is. It sounds very like secret, like it's secret or whatever. But I thought Secrets of the Hidden Gem. Something about this place is like these things we find in the walls and stuff. Like it seems like, you know, this small, almost unassuming building. Like, you know, it's a very small rural place, and it is the perfect spot to hide information or to store, things, right? Oh, there's so much sense. Into my cards. They also skin on that.
This box right here?
Yeah.
Not just.
It's never just a box.
Never.
Not just a doorstop.
It's like dumb, so.
Those are fancy feet.
But this box is from the 60s, and it belonged to the Orange Order, and they used to keep all of their records in this.
Oh, amazing.
So one of the ladies that works here still, she was going through and she's like, this is my relative, and this is my relative, and I know this person, and these things were going all the way back. Like, it was... Wow,
that's like, properly ancestral.
Yeah. So,
that's incredible.
So I was like, why are you using my box as a freaking doorstop? I don't understand what this is.
Valuable, but here it is as a doorstop.
But I mean, Orange Order, like, I think they deserve to be used as a doorstop right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So this could also be one of those things that we use, or set it out or something, and invite them to, hey, what was in the box? Kind of thing.
We could set the spirit box up on it.
Oh, we're going to cover a couple of things. This is the thing I know it.
And
What will it like it?
when we first investigated here, they were pissed. They were telling us to fuck off. They were telling us to get the fuck out of here. They were like, this was one of the worst places for swearing out front.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the vibe, though. And also, okay, this is the other thing, because now that just relates in energy for me. The other building across the parking lot that has the stairs to the top door, that as soon as I looked at the picture, I was on Google Maps. That's why I was half and half in the world and trying to energetically feel it. And it was like billiards and darts, but like just like fucking just fun but nasty. Like the swears and the cigarettes and the like drinks and like just so much raunchiness to it that it felt like
That kitchen down there,
that.
that's the original kitchen from the Orange Lodge. All in here used to be bingo hall. They used to have dartboards in there.
Okay, interesting.
They used to smoke in
Kind of the
here.
wrong building, but
They would have,
still
they would have
interesting.
drinks. But those were all, like over there, there's fire hall. And they do the same shit in there.
Okay, so it all crosses over. This was the kind of property that had that energy going on all the time.
And the council house,
Yep.
the community center, everybody from this entire community has gone through that place. Like funerals, weddings, birthdays, everything.
All the energy stories.
All of it, all in this area right here, because this
Yeah.
is where the original meeting place was.
Yes.
The longhouse was actually across the road from where the community center is right now. And then it was just the community center. Burned down, rebuilt, over here. Burned down, rebuilt, renovated.
And
so
far,
so far so good. They
Oh my
reinforced
God.
the floor because it was like coming down.
Yeah.
So when I investigated with the Six Nations team, we got Captain John up there, and then we got the whole group of people that were with him, and they were happy we were there. They were excited. So we were all just standing there, and we could feel the floor going like this in rhythm.
Oh, like
they were
bumping.
dancing. Like they were
Sick.
dancing. So,
I love that. Like, even just talking about it, I felt the air, like a lot. And maybe that's just a personal thing, but like it feels like just recognizing that those times existed again, and sometimes like that. Energetically.
well, whenever I come into these situations, I always have to remember to bring those ancestors with me.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to be in your own corner.
Totally.
You know,
I'd rather have a team of assassins ready to
Exactly.
whoever's about to get me.
It's just like, all right, assemble, we go.
Yes,
So,
I'm so with you. Another card that came up, like we covered a lot of the things that were in my channel, but the Chariot card came up, and I had a visual of a card smashing into that wall that you see when you pull up that like cement wall of the building. But there was like bikes, like motorcycles there, and I'm sure that there's tons of accidents in this area, especially with the amount of like partying or whatever that was happening. But it seems significant. Like someone must have passed in that accident specifically, and they might have a hard time crossing over right now. And the Chariot, when I pulled that today, that reiterated that to me. That's something. There might be this motion that occurred that was stopped abruptly, that ended an energy force, and that energy force has now been stuck in that space. So I'm going to be looking for those moments or those feelings or the symbolism that comes up where that will come up a little bit more, because I do feel like at least one of the many energies here does actually need to go somewhere. They need to get out of here tonight. Like I'm ready to like send them off kind of thing. And when you just said getting ready with my team behind me, like let's go. Like I want to channel that energy for that soul and send them along. And it's actually perfect. Right now at 9:40 p.m. It's 9:41 on the clock, but at 9:40 p.m. Mercury in Gemini makes a semi-sextile with Uranus in Taurus. And Mercury, if you know, like mythology is Kirby, it's for the messenger of the gods, the deliverer of souls to the underworld.
Okay.
And Uranus is the grand change maker. Yeah, so this is confirmed for me dually, confirmed for us, but is somebody who's
Well, needing to bring the whole triangle with me to this one, and then you saying that, yeah, it makes sense.
reiterated. Yeah, good.
So sometimes, yeah, you just need that confirmation.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, so this place, it doesn't really care what time of day it is. We kind of fly off the wall, and the batteries fly out, and then somebody picks it up, and it's still going. I'll be like sitting over here, and you'll hear a roller chair roll in the other room. Voices coming from upstairs, and there's nowhere to hear upstairs anymore because it's all closed off. Footsteps. But yeah, nobody really loves to be here alone.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't feel safe.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just uneasy. You wouldn't be able to calm down, even if you are like conscious.
Like, I can't come here. Yeah, I can't come here to do work when nobody's here. There has to be people here for me to do work. Yeah. So, and it's not scary. I know that it can't hurt me, but I know that it can hurt others.
Right.
You know.
But also our bodies, I find like our nervous system, even if we consciously know or spiritually we're aware of like what's going on, our human experience, like we'll still get goosebumps or like our heart rate will shoot up, our adrenal gland will react in some way, and you have to kind of like suppress that, that natural fight or flight. Like, I know what it is, but then we concentrating or doing work is like out the window.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're just sitting there blocking it out the entire time.
That takes some force.
Yeah. So we've got all of our equipment with us. We've got our spirit box. We can probably do an open one in here. I don't know. It's going to be interesting in that back room. This whole place was just under renovation. So it's kind of the other reason I wanted to come back. Because there's some irritated people here. They don't like what we did to the building. It's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be their hall. They're supposed to be like their setup upstairs with their flags, with their chair, all that stuff. So yeah, they don't like it. They were pissed when they first came in. They weren't willing to talk too much when we were in the second time.
Yeah, it was pretty quiet.
It's going to be very different.
I would like to add the judgment card was the answer to my first question of are there energies or disembodied spirits in this building that were either not human or are no longer human, as in it wouldn't include people working here or us showing up here. And the judgment card came up, which actually shows souls in caskets floating on the river while an angel presumably is making the final judgment or the call for the final judgment. And that's like a sea of energies that are in here, like ready
it is.
for
I can feel it.
Yes. And the announcement aspect is a huge factor for this card. So I think once we announce our arrival officially, I think it'll kind of be on. So
ready.
to speak.
Yeah.
Like,
I can feel like it's mostly around my legs right now.
Yeah.
You know,
I get that in my house.
it's like, and like right here. In the one spot. It's almost like somebody's just going like this.
In a supportive fashion,
Yeah, almost like pushing.
Yeah, you can do this.
So.
Go ahead, keep going.
But yeah, so we got some corn out. That corn is from Six Nations. Those are heirloom. Those beans are from Ganawage. Those Ganawage beans. Yeah.
I
So
will
we
be
just
leaving
planted the Three Sisters Garden today as
Oh,
well, and we planted a whole bunch of stuff. So there's that energy in it too. They're just in the earth.
yes. Charged. This deck will be left here. This is the Night Sun Tarot deck. There is a ton of Kabbalistic imagery in it, and that ties into a lot of practices in a lot of different secret societies. Anyways, there's also a lot of Egyptian imagery and whatnot. But we're going to see or leave them here and see if we get any activity through that deck. And then I'll take this one with me to work with as we go around. Just so you know.
Okay, so these, the millimeters, they're like an EMF detector, except they only pick up on the plasmic energy, and I'm picking up on it right now. I also do the other things. So, but yeah, EMF detectors, they just pick up the plasmic energy. If there's any readings that go off, it's likely something that might be close to what a spirit is made of. These ones, this is like the one that you would actually buy at the hardware store to check your walls. So this is an actual EMF detector. Yeah, there's a little bit. So it's working fine. Okay. So if this one goes off, we'll just kind of compare them. This one's at 1.9. Does that keep going up?
But this one's not moving.
No.
No, it's going up.
Okay, so this one keeps on moving to like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So if we're just walking around and it goes up to like 10, then that's like a
Clear spike.
Yeah. But these ones, it's kind of hard to get a spike on those. Anything below like 0.5 is kind of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for more stuff. I think what was the highest one was like 39.
Oh my.
And we got, yeah, and that's when I was like crowded. So that's how those work. 5.9. So we have a laser grid. We can set this up somewhere, possibly right here. And we can set it up in here somewhere. But anything goes in front of it.
Maybe facing the box
Oh yeah.
with some. We should the
drum
door
in the
stop.
box. Oh yeah. The door stop box.
Like set it up facing that and put some of the drums and stuff around it.
Yeah, we should set the drums right on it. Sit in here, play their drums. Everyone likes that I moved them out.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun. Like just out of the corner, or
So till we get some like chocolate on our fingers.
straight up disrespected. Yeah.
So here is our REM pods. Any kind of like people kind of energy gets near that, then it's gonna go off and it's gonna make that wretched like sound. Yeah. So you can be used to that sound like whatever, but when you hear it go off in the dark.
Oh, totally different energy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Especially when you're not close to it.
so we have two of those. We can choose different spots and set them up. We have a blindfold, so we can do the Estes Method. So somebody gets blindfolded, they get the noise canceling headphones on, we plug it into the spirit box, and then ask questions. And then whoever's wearing it just repeats whatever they hear out of the spirit box. So these, when they go off, they're actually pretty creepy. The first time they went off was at the First Nations Technical Institute's original building. We were downstairs, again, in my classroom. So, well, it was my old classroom. And then, yeah, so whenever we have the dowsing rods up, they always point right at me. So I have to, like, leave the area.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were standing down there, and then we tried to recreate it. We were like jumping around, it wouldn't go off, and then the other investigator, she just touched it like that, and it went off, and she just, nope.
Like, I'm out.
We had to go outside and take a rest for a minute, and then come back to it. But it was wild.
There you go.
Oh, that's trippy.
Very wild.
Same here.
It's working really well on here. I can see everything.
This is really cool.
Yeah,
Well, you know who I am. I work here. And I know last time we were here, you didn't like that we taught some of the things, like Ganyageha, and all about our culture. So we'll get into a little bit of that later. But we come with respect. We just want to ask a few questions. Yeah, this is everybody else.
Hey, I'm Mia. It's lovely to be here. I'm glad to be in your space, and I hope that if you're not glad that I'm in your space, we can come to a peaceful agreement this evening. I wish absolutely no distress on any of the energies in this building, and I encourage you, if you seek to make contact, you are absolutely welcome to approach me. I'll have my cards that you can play with as well if you wish. Thanks.
I'm Natasha. I am Natasha's sister, and I'm here today to be supportive of Andrew, and Natasha.
I'm Natasha behind the camera over here, and excited to talk to you. Excited to ask you some questions. See who's here.
All right, so we're just gonna walk around, see where we swipe the most in the building. I have keys to everywhere in here, but we won't go into this room right here just because it's the admin room. But everywhere else we can get into. So, let's see if we can start back here. Oh. So, I'm going to tell you about something once we get in here.
Come on in.
Okay, so, one of the students approached me a little while ago, and they said,
There were a couple of people in here, and they were trying to call people through the mirror. And so this is at a time when I was off doing like a practicum. So when I got back, I was like, hey, what were you doing? Where?
Is this right? Yeah. And?
So they were doing it in these mirrors here. It's heavy in here.
Yeah, it is. So this is the stall I've used twice since I got here. Fun
Yeah.
fact, everybody. I've been to the bathroom twice since I got here. And this is the magic stall that I use. The only one I felt kind of safe in, which is really weird because it's right in the middle. I feel very sandwiched. And from over the top, that was like a vacuum, and I didn't associate the mirror at all, but to think of the direction the vacuum would have been right here into that mirror, essentially. I just had a hard swallow for that one. Like, that's a vulnerable moment. Okay? Like, no, definitely you can feel it a little bit. I'm sorry if you don't like me laughing. I know it's loud.
No, so that's fine. This is where lots of drama happens in here. So, and also the thing with the mirrors and the calling through. And then when you said that, something crawled down like that, that portal immediately ran through my head. Like they opened something up.
Something's over. Oh, and know what? Like, I remember, I don't know about you guys, I remember when I was in elementary school and stuff, I used to do all sorts of shit like that, like doing the Bloody Mary or Candyman in mirrors, not realizing how truly risky and dangerous that is. Like, you can absolutely see it as a joke, but if you're going through every step to call a spirit through a mirror or a body of water or glass or a bowl, you're absolutely inviting energy in, and that is, I mean, that's a thing.
It is. Like,
you know?
Well, that's why those like old Victorian mirrors and all that kind of stuff, like at Macaulay House, that mirror, I knew in a second they were using that to scry.
Totally. Yeah,
like,
you
they were
can tell.
using that, and like we would sit there like as allies and watch where the enemy was coming from, what they were going to do next, and all those different kinds of things. So that's
It's a lot of energy.
It is. So when these kids are doing that, and that's their ancestors, I'm like, okay, guys, you have to understand that that's a thing that you can do, and they will come.
Yeah, they will.
You know,
and you don't
so
want all
you
the
need to
lessons
know-
that they're ready to teach you
You
now.
need to know what you're doing before you start calling these things. So
Yes, I agree.
be safe.
I agree, because then this is what happens. You get a team of ghost hunters having to deal with all this stuff. I was feeling it in here, just checking to see
You
if
open
I
that,
could.
I gotta chill.
Yeah, it's actually like at least half a degree colder over here. Could just be the wall. I'm not sure it's connected.
Not getting anything on the device, but I can definitely feel it myself.
What if I close the door?
Go ahead.
Would you feel comfortable?
Totally. Do you want me to hold the camera at all? Or do you
Sure,
want-
yeah. Here.
Okay. I just got a reading a little bit on my thing. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Is there an energy in here with me? Sure. Anybody home? Just kidding, I know you are. I'd like to know, what's your favorite way to scare someone? And can you show me? I don't scare very easily, so you will have to try your best. Oh? Yeah, you know I won't fall for it anyways, probably. Do you guys want to step out for a moment? Just right outside the door?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll close this door too for you.
Sure, go for it. Alright, now it's just us. If there's anything you wanted to say, anything you wanted to show me, absolutely feel free. Well, fine, I'll stand. And how about now? If you are in here, can you please make a sound for me inside the room? Please brush up against one of the doors. I'd like to see one of the doors. Well, that was me.
Standing in there, I could feel the energies starting to move. There was this like black thing that crawled, and just like it wasn't black, it was like streaky almost, and it like kind of just went behind me and then went down, and I could feel it on my legs, and then it came on my back, and then I was holding the door, and I could feel it just like going back and forth between in there. And then she was like, "Hey, can you leave us alone for a second?" And I'm like, "Yes." So maybe she can talk with it a little bit better, actually communicate with it. Also, that's the girls' washroom.
Yes.
So all the girls are always in there. They're always talking. They're always doing their things. And they were the ones that were in there doing the scrying in there. So she might be able to open up that connection a little bit better. Whatever it is keeps on raising like that. It's just like
Perfect. Oh yeah, we have the Five of Cups just came up. It's like a cloaked, black cloaked figure with like spilled blood in front of it.
So just right there. They would do sacrifice stuff as well. The
Oh.
Irish were, so.
Perfect. I can absolutely see that with the Five of Cups energy being sacrificed.
And the hiding around the corners.
Yeah, I get a lot of that because every time I'm like, okay, I'm ready, and usually something is very evident or obvious right away, there's nothing.
No.
And that keeps really kind of pissing me off, which is probably on purpose, because that's the only way they could probably piss me off, is if nothing happened.
Oh, whoa, that
What'd
was
you
like
get?
a fucking huge shadow that just moved across there.
Great. Who's there?
It's cool. Nice and cool right in this spot right here. Yeah. Like you couldn't even hear the ticking of the clock for a second. Alright, creeper, we know you're in here. You don't need to hide.
Oh, very good. Oh, literally, you know, my device going that way.
Oh, it likes to crawl.
Yeah, it wants to. Wants to be spooky.
Okay, so that's why it keeps on going around my legs. That's why I got feeling.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
Okay, that makes so much sense. I feel like it's still.
It's running around,
Yeah,
around. It's fast.
It's slimy. Oh, 1.6. I'm getting there. I'm finding it. Oh, why are you hiding under the table? I'm sleepy. Oh, there we go. You just got a reading stickiness under the table. I'm finding you. I'm getting warmer. Oh, more. Warmer and warmer. Hide and seek, huh? Is that your jam? Love a good game catch. Oh, 4.5. Yeah. Don't we all?
That thing.
What
The
thing?
orange. Something of the whatever star.
Eastern
Star.
Order of the Eastern
Order of the
Star.
Eastern Star. Yeah, it's one of the only sectors that has women.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they were here.
Fascinating.
They were here as well. They
That makes
were
so
at
much sense.
Homebody, next
Yeah.
to Homebody too.
When we
Yeah.
were in the bathroom.
Masons, Orangemen, all of that.
See anything out there in the hole?
Okay.
Anything out in the hole?
Shadows. They think they're being scary. They're trying to be intimidating. Do a spirit box session right in the hallway, because this would have been the middle of the hall. Like of the bingo hall. Or of the actual bingo hall.
Well, this is where all of the shadows are too, so
Yeah.
we may as well.
Everybody's creeping around out here. So we can do an open spirit box session in here.
Let's do it.
It's easier, so it's better. Mine's on the fritz. Oh, mine.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to come? Come
Yeah.
on. It's gross in here. Come check it out.
Watch your step.
Just here to say hello. Oh, I can feel you. I can smell you. I can look at you here. Oh, it's so dense. Like, what is that?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's you. What?
I like, before I walked in, like my entire eyes just went white.
Oh.
And then I like stopped and couldn't.
You want to see?
No.
Ooh.
Something doesn't want me to see.
Yeah. About 2.5 on here. first of all, here, I was feeling
Oh, it's bad back here.
It is. It's gross. It's really nasty.
Oh, it really is like mid. This one right
This
here.
is the door that, okay. Yeah.
Except for there's spots in this building that like to close themselves. So
So right here's what?
spots in the building that like to close itself.
Oops, sorry.
So
Okay, got away with something.
things just hide.
Which is good.
Things just hide in here.
Oh.
Like all over this building.
I definitely just felt something touch my lower back. Just like very lightly on my upper leg. Hi. Maybe you're slick, huh?
Dirty old orange man.
I hope so. Hear that, ghosty? Oh, I just remembered actually.
Better run. That's what I heard.
Ready?
Just now?
Yeah.
Better run. Oh, I was just about to tell you. Oh my gosh, I was just about to tell you this. The window that I had asked you earlier that we could see from the outside.
Yeah.
It was because I didn't have a specific characteristic for that, but the energy was packing and like a rushed getting ready, and it seemed like multiple people who were like quick, get everything in boxes, get everything in bags. There was dogs barking as well in this vision I had, and it seemed like an escape or an intrusion. That was the energy that they had to like pack shit up and go really fast. And whatever you just said just reminded me of that on top of it. What did you just say?
Better run.
Better run.
Yeah, better run, because that was the feeling in that vision was like
As soon as I looked
getting
at
the
that
shit
door.
together to go.
As
Like,
soon as I looked at that door, that's the first thing that came to my head. Was
so
you better run.
fucking interesting. Totally
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Because I'll hear the things, right? So I can hear them. Sometimes I can feel what they're feeling. Sometimes like all those.
Yes, totally.
But then when they're standing inside your brain and like talking to you, you know, like how do you describe that other than a little person standing there in your head?
Yes, totally. A tiny being up there. Amazing.
There's a little step here. Watch your
Oh,
step.
thank you. Too busy looking into that terrible window. Oh, I just got a reading.
It doesn't like that at all.
And I know because my nervous system is like, don't do that. My whole body is on fire. I could feel that. And just like running past here and feeling all of the energy is like right to the door, like coming to see what was going on. Oh yeah, I still got readings on my thing. Bye. Did you like my
Yeah, you heard that too?
What's the doctor's first name?
He did go by Peter Martin,
Peter Martin.
but his Mohawk name was Rebecca. Yeah. Dr. Ruby Deca, are you here with us tonight?
Yes, would you like to repeat yourself?
Hey.
Hey, hear you sound a little like me. Is that no kidding? Is it on purpose?
Are you pretending to be something?
sounds like you're taking my voice a little bit. Is that true?
Do you like messing around with the kids that come here?
A little bit. Sounded like a little bit. Very good.
Did they try to call you?
Were you here before they called?
How many of you are there?
That's plenty. It's more than enough.
Do you have a leader? Do you have anybody that can speak for you?
What's your name?
Is your name Peter? Oh. Jesus?
Are you okay? That sounded distressing.
Dead.
Do the 10 of you work together? Are you friends?
It's like every time you ask something, there's an attempt. Like it goes like to that.
Trying, but not.
Yeah.
Do you know the creature that we're looking for? The one that lives in the woods? Does it like to play cards? Gambler.
A gambler.
Oh shit.
Played a lot of games here.
You a space cowboy?
I'll pick a card. Help me pick. This can be a representation of this energy that we're connecting with, or one of them. Yeah. And so this is the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles, 10 number of people, pentacles, material realm. Are you at all family related? Are you family?
Are you blood?
Okay.
Are you clan family? This is work, kid.
How many generations are there here?
Ooh, something.
Yeah. We are trying to help you if you can communicate what you need. Do you seek peace? Do you seek closure?
Do you know you're dead?
Were you part of the Thunderwater movement?
Do you have anything else to say to us out here? Can you tell us who the shadows are?
All right. Who's in here with us?
Yep.
You want to tell us your name?
Andrew.
Yep, Andrew's here. What's your name?
Or what do you like to be called?
Yeah.
You just want us to call you, yeah? Or is there a name that we can refer to you as?
Yes.
Are you feeling tired?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Look
Where?
down.
See, we're at 72.7 degrees. Is that relevant to you? That's not very relevant to me.
Look.
You want us to look for that dark shadow? It's been swirling around. Why don't you make one of those cat balls turn on for us? Right in front of you.
Or would you like
Decide.
to put it down?
Mm-hmm.
Now you may play with the cat ball.
You can't.
Why not? It's right there for you.
Is it because
Keeping us.
Whoever's keeping them, stop. It's not your call to make.
Louise.
Who is Louise?
Ooh, that was just fucking weird ass laughing.
Oh.
Psycho.
A psycho. Louise is the one keeping you? She's a psycho?
Not a kid.
A grown-ass adult, eh? Worst kind. Is Louise here?
Hi.
I thought so. You need to stop.
Run.
No,
No.
absolutely not. I hear there are children here.
Are there any boys here?
Strict.
Louise-
Keeping us
Oh.
away.
Well, Louise, how about you play with the ball?
I'm real. Yeah.
Well, then you go ahead and play with the ball. Cat ball's right here on the floor for you.
And there's another one on the table.
Oh, there you go. Just takes a tap.
You mad?
Mad isn't angry.
Who's mad?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Too bad.
We've introduced ourselves. You must not have been listening.
Hate you.
Ugh, that's unnecessary. I'm a good person. You must be a bad soul.
In the back.
In the back? What about the back?
Your back or the back of the building?
Men.
Yeah, there's men in the back of the building.
Back.
What did they do?
Satisfaction.
Mm-hmm. Are you okay now?
Kill.
Was that revenge?
Blood.
Yours or theirs?
Down.
Yours or theirs?
Whose blood?
I'm seeing the Mohawk Trail with the spot going up towards the church where the rocks are all placed. I can see these 3 lumps in the rocks are placed just neatly, like an altar. You can like see the church is almost like glowing. It looks bigger than it is.
Oh, yes.
And it's, the graveyard is like little, but there's lots more gravestones. It's like it's really clear, almost like the woods aren't big yet.
Really?
Yeah.
The Five of Pentacles came up as I drew for that comment, and it shows an older woman and an injured man, like bounding through the snow by church with stained glass windows, and they're both injured.
Hiding.
And they're traveling at nighttime to get to safety. Church.
Who's hiding?
In there.
5.3.
And where?
I like that.
Cats.
The cat.
For the cat.
Black.
Oh, the cat.
Love.
You can play with the cat ball
I am one.
again.
Well, then you can definitely play with the cat ball.
Changing.
Changing into what?
This is
And you?
Mom.
And me, thank you. It's a pleasure. Were you part of the Orange Lodge?
Alive then.
Yes, once you were alive, you were part of the Orange Lodge. Congratulations.
What did you do in the orange?
It's not a kid. Run. It's not.
It's not a kid, it's an
It's
adult.
not. Run.
We will not run. It's okay if it's not a kid. We aren't scared.
What is it?
In the back. In the back.
Yeah. The man in the back?
building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back.
The one who touched me or a different one?
There's blue people. There's blue people.
There's blue people. So blue people.
May I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
That's a lot.
It was really well done.
So blue people are dead people that alive people are controlling.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So this is Hex?
I guess so.
Interesting.
But they're running around all over the place. But I don't know why. It was